Hello, coming to you live from the top of a mountain.
Yeah, live.
Okay, not live.
We're recording this live.
Yeah.
And then putting it up later.
Yeah. That's okay. Anyway, so I asked or recruited NASA to help me answer this question that I got. It was a very good question, or it's not really a question, but well, I will put it here in the screen somewhere. But basically, I got asked about what the differences have been on the trail of like what I expected it to be and what it has actually been. Because I think I've mentioned a couple of times that it has not been what I thought it would be, or like it has been more this and more that, or something like that. So we just decided to kind of tell our thoughts about this subject. We even wrote it down so we won't forget. Well, first of all, we both agreed that it has been harder than we expected it to be. Well, I don't know, I guess if you have hiked mountains before, you might kind of know what to expect, but I had not really been hiking up mountains like this ever. And I thought it would be more, there would be more just like flat ground too, but it feels like pretty much as soon as you start, it's just gonna be like up and down. And there's not that much flat ground in between, right?
For me, it was the length of time. Like, it's like you're like, oh yeah, it could take me up to 6 months. But then when it actually does take you the 6 months, you're all of a sudden like, I've been hiking for freaking 6 months. This is crazy. Like, why am I still doing this? Like,
yeah, yeah, it can take longer than you think. Yeah. So yeah, definitely like.
So you're just like, there's still more, like constantly. Like, oh my gosh, there's still more. Like, even after 1,900 miles or whatever, almost 2,000 miles, and you're like, God, there's still more.
In good and bad, I guess.
Yeah, good and bad. Yeah, it's good. It's good sometimes because you're like, yeah, there's still more, but you're sad because it's getting closer to the end. But also like, frick, I want it to be over because I'm tired. Like.
Yeah, I don't want to.
But
hike
I don't want
every
to.
day.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to hike every day. But also, I don't want to go back to normal life.
Yeah. What else did we say?
Oh man. Social aspect.
Oh yeah. So even though I had read about it and heard about the Appalachian Trail being a very social trail, I still had no idea like what it actually meant. Like there's so much, I don't know how to even say it, so much
Socializing. Yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, there is some partying.
Yeah.
And especially in the beginning, not so much now, I would say, but definitely in the beginning, it's like the first, like from Georgia to Damascus is pretty much like the party time. And after that, everybody that's serious is pretty much stays on trail, and that kind of stuff. I know a lot of people that were serious get off then too, but like for sure the partiers tend to like disperse, I would say.
Yeah. But also just like the trail magic and how many people like help out and just say nice things, even just like maybe a day hiker that you come across and they'll ask you about the trail and they say good luck and wish you the best, and even just the little things. And then also I don't know how to say that word, camaraderie between hikers. I mean, I had experienced some of that on that hike that I did in Sweden, the Kungsleden, but even more so in here, how easy it is to get to know people and become like close friends really fast. And also just the other hikers, they almost feel like family.
Yeah.
Even if you've just met them once, the next time you see them, you're like,
oh my God, hi.
It's so good to see you. How you been? And whenever you're like in towns and you might see someone you haven't seen in a couple of weeks or even months, it's really, I don't know.
Yeah.
You're all in it together, and you know how hard it is and how fun it is, and it's, I don't know, it just brings you closer, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So the social aspect, but only in good way. And then...
Oh, there's so many towns.
Oh, yeah, towns.
You think that you're not going to go through towns. It's like, oh, I'm going to go hike the Appalachian Trail and I'm going to go commune in the wilderness. And like you are in the woods, like you are walking through the woods and up mountains and down mountains. Yeah. And there are some parts that are pretty rural. Mm-hmm. Did I get that? I killed it.
Rural.
Fuck. Anyway.
Hey, no swearing in my video.
Oh, whoops.
I'm going to bleep that out. But yeah. Continue.
What was I saying? Oh, anyway. Yeah, but there's so many towns, like literally, like once you cross the Mason-Dixon line, really seriously, then there's like almost a town. People are like, oh, you're not going to walk through any more towns. BS. You literally walk through a town like almost every day.
Yeah,
like,
it's
like not
crazy.
Quite every day, but it's pretty intense, man. Yeah. Until you get further north, and then it starts to spread back out again, like up here in New Hampshire and Maine, it starts to spread back out.
Yeah. Yeah, and also we talked about how magnetic the towns are. Like, I don't know, it's really easy to, because, you know, you just start missing, you've been out here for so long, and you start missing the town comforts and the food and the drinks and beds and showers and all that. So sometimes, like, the getting vortexed, kind of, there's that term of getting vortexed. It's very easy to get vortexed into towns. Yeah. And it's sometimes a little bit difficult to leave the town to go back. But then once you get out of the town, I feel like it's like good to be back again. But it's just the part where you have to leave the town is kind of hard for a little bit. But then always exciting to get back to the next town. It's like, yes, I'll get some town comforts again.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot more towns than I expected.
Mentally, emotionally hard.
Oh yeah. So also I knew about that. I had read and heard about that. That it, especially the longer you're out here, the more like mentally hard it can get, and I kind of knew to expect it, but I didn't really know how to prepare for that.
Yeah, it's really tough to prepare for something that's going to be a mental challenge or an emotional challenge. Like you can prepare, you can try to prepare yourself, but like, you know, you just kind of have to deal with it when it gets there.
Yeah. But one thing that kind of helped or might help is a thing that I read in a book before, that you should write down the reasons why you want to hike and why you want to finish. And then if you're having a hard time remembering why you're out here, like, because there has definitely been days when, I mean, I've never wanted to quit. I never thought about quitting, but I've definitely been unmotivated.
Right.
But then it might help.
Lack of motivation for sure. I've never wanted to go home though.
Yeah. But then reminding yourself why you wanted to do this in the first place and what you wanted to get out of this might help too.
Bring back some of that motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And also that they say never quit on a bad day, and that's very true. Because
I would even say don't quit on a bad week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it just gets better.
Because sometimes there was a good almost 2 week period where we were having we would have portions of our day would be good, but then we would just be in a funk, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
But then once we got we finally eventually got out of that, and now it's we've just accepted that it's hard and our feet hurt, and a lot more than expected. I think. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
The pain and the pain is a lot more pain than you expect.
Because they say no rain, no pain, no May.
Yeah.
And
the rain
so
is
true.
fine. You can deal with rain, and it's oh, okay, it started raining and it's going to rain multiple days. Okay, fine, we'll take a 0 on one of those days, so it breaks it up a little bit. But the pain, man.
I don't know anyone who's out here still and it's just nothing hurts. Everything's fine. Everyone's complaining about.
Everybody's your feet hurt usually. Your knees, hips.
Sometimes it feels like 50% of my body is in pain.
You can't walk in the mornings.
It's really, really hard on your body.
everything
this
stiffens
thing that
up
you do. Yeah.
as you stay still.
Yeah, when you sit down.
Speaking of.
Yeah. When you sit down for a while and then you stand up, your knees won't get, like, it takes a while for them to straighten, and yeah. So, yeah, it hurts.
Yeah. So, Milestones felt or looked different than you imagined they did.
Well, that's what, because I did watch a lot of YouTube videos, like, for many years before coming out here, and I had seen a lot of the milestones and, like, famous parts of the trail in many people's videos and pictures, but a lot of them didn't feel, or they didn't look exactly like I thought they would, or they didn't feel like I thought they would, or they came at a different time than I thought they would, or something. So, I mean, that's not a good thing or a bad thing.
Already?
Like, yeah.
Like the Grayson Highlands, I didn't expect it when it got there. Like, it was so fast. Like, I was like, oh, we're in the Grayson Highlands already. Like, what?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not a good thing or a bad thing. It was just a thing that I don't know. I thought I knew what to expect in that sense.
One of my key things that also stick out is, like, McAfee's Knob.
Yeah.
I always thought this was like some, like, super high mountain, and, you know, like, people were really standing on the edge of the world, and really it's only about a 50-foot drop, and it's not a very high climb. You know, I don't think it's more than 3,000 feet.
I don't remember.
I really don't. I have to look that up, but if it is, it's not much more than that. So it's like, it's really strange. I was very, it was not that I was like, I loved it. It was beautiful,
it was
absolutely
so beautiful.
gorgeous, but just the drop and everything was a little underwhelming. I was like, oh, interesting. Like, not what I expected. You got this really cool, it was this huge rock instead of this little tiny ledge, you know what I mean? Like, I just thought it was this little tiny ledge, but it's this huge rock, you know, that you can walk out. So things were different than, you know, your perspective are on, and then, like, and a lot of things on the video look straight, they look flat, you know. You were talking about that.
Oh,
where
yeah.
I was hiking up and it looked like I was walking straight.
Yeah.
Really slowly.
Yeah. It's really difficult to show in the videos how steep the things actually are. So you might look at the YouTube videos and it might look like there's a lot of flat, easy ground to walk on, but it's not in reality like that. There's not a lot of flat, easy ground to walk on.
It's really not. Don't expect flat ground.
No.
If anybody tells you, oh, it gets flat, and don't believe them.
It never gets flat.
It never gets flat.
No, that's not. People lie to you. Well,
it's
they
just
don't
like
lie
this.
to you.
The whole thing looks like a heartbeat monitor.
Yeah. You hear a lot of things, and like, oh, it's gonna be like this, and after this, it's gonna be easier. Don't believe any of that. Just, you know, see it for yourself, and then you'll know what it's like. Did we have another point? We've been talking for a long time.
The last thing was, it's better than you imagined
it
would be.
Yes. I mean, I don't even know how to say how much better it has been, but I just couldn't understand, or I just couldn't imagine how great and amazing of an experience this has been. Like,
I agree.
I don't know how to explain it. You have to experience it for yourself.
Especially now, like, now that we're at almost like 2,000 miles and we can actually say that. And, like, we are in a different league than a lot of people, you know what I mean? Like, not a lot of people have walked 2,000 miles.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you look back and you're like, this is an experience that I knew I was going to do, but it's, I don't know, it's, like, different when you're sitting, it's very humbling to be like, dang, I've actually, like, walked all of that. Like, that's, man, and it wasn't easy, you know. It wasn't like, oh yeah, that was just a walk in the park. Like, you have a much deeper respect for the land, and, you know, and the, I don't know, everything, the countryside, so to speak.
Yeah. I feel like there's more, but we've already talked for like...
Yeah, but that's good, man. I think that answers the question pretty well.
I guess.
For now.
Yeah.
If there's any specifics, questions based off of those answers, then...
Yeah. Let us know and we will get back to you. All right. Well, we got a little bit more to go to the camp, so let's get there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nessa, for your help.
You're very welcome.